Good morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, utility companies prepare for possible power outages during Nor'easter. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Gene Mackin.
It may look like that calm before the storm, but behind the scenes, utilities are working overtime, prepping for possible power outages, concerned that this nor'easter could have a damaging combination of elements.
This time of year, we do get that heavy, wet snow. We are anticipating stronger winds tomorrow as well. The seacoast area is our main area of concern, but the southern part of the state, we are expecting a lot of heavy, wet snow.
Eversource says, like in storms past, areas to focus their crews were pinpointed in advance of the storm. The already battered seacoast topping the list because of expected wind gusts. Unitil tweeted out, "We've secured additional crews from as far away as Canada and are standing by."
We always encourage our customers to prepare. We are getting a pretty strong snowstorm tomorrow, so be sure to assemble a storm kit with essential items, have gas for the generator, and power up those cell phones.
And the utilities tell us good idea to keep their numbers nearby, their websites nearby. They'll also be posting updates on social media, and we'll keep you posted as well.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. School employee accused of having loaded gun on elementary school property. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB Boston.
For the school custodians under arrest, a loaded gun found in his car on school property. Westford police say they were tipped off to a picture online showing the custodian with a gun while he was off duty. Officers tracked down 21-year-old James Healy on the job at Creasy Elementary School, and that's when they say they found a loaded handgun in the trunk of his car in the school parking lot. Healy now faces several charges. He'll be in court tomorrow.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Local schools forced to make up snow days. Let's take a listen to the video from WMTW News 8 Maine. Looks like we're having a little technical difficulties with the video. Sorry about that, everyone.
What makes you, you, is not the color of your skin or who you love. It's what's inside that makes you beautiful. Ask your healthcare provider if a treatment that contains Descovy is right for you, or visit Descovy.com to view the important facts.
It will look a little bit different only on Wednesdays, though, at least here at the Lake Region schools. Because of all these snow days and storm days that schools have had to take, they're having to start getting creative just in order to fit all those school days in.
We would be in a reasonable place if it weren't for the windstorm.
It's already been a long winter season for many Maine schools, including Lake Region.
When you lose, 2, 3, 4 days because of that, it certainly doesn't set you up well for the winter season.
So Superintendent Al Smith made 2 teacher workshop days into student days. And for the next 5 weeks, each Wednesday will be 1 hour longer.
We typically use that day for additional assistance for kids with needs that they have, particularly in language arts and math.
For students like 6th grader Kylie Nason, it's a change of pace.
It can be kind of tough because for kids taking the bus, like for the elementary school, they wouldn't really get home until 5 because some kids the bus ride hour is like an hour.
It's something these students did twice a week last year and something other districts are trying as well. MSAD 58 in Kingfield is adding an hour to each day for 2 weeks in March.
We have a lot of after-school activities at these schools, and a lot of them have had to be canceled because of the extra hour.
But Smith says there's a reason they pick March to make those adjustments.
There's not a lot going on in the month of March for sports, so that's one of the reasons we target the month of March for the extra hour.
And as for the snow that's already on its way,
Very excited.
at least they're able to plan ahead.
Since then, we've had several days off because of snow, and stay tuned for Thursday.
Other superintendents who we spoke with, including in Brunswick, say that they actually build one more student day into their calendar, which will allow them to accommodate one more snow day, which is likely to come on Thursday for many districts. Now, they say that the real challenge is for that senior class to get in their required number of days before graduation day. Live in Naples, Joe Glauber, WMTW News 8.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Stocks are pointing to a sharply lower opening after Wall Street friendly Cohen resigns. U.S. stock index features pointed to a sharply lower open on Wednesday after news that White House Chief Economic Advisor Gary Cohen has resigned. White House Chief Economic Advisor Gary Cohen resigns after losing Trump's battle. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
See how this can give you access to this. Let's say you spontaneously decide to move your childhood tree as a surprise to the man you love. Good thing you know JP Morgan Private Client Advisor. Chris helped you plan a personalized strategy, all while giving you financial confidence to be spontaneous.
We are also following the breaking news from the White House at this hour, yet another major departure. Gary Cohen, President Trump's top economic advisor, resigning just days after Cohen lost that battle over tariffs, the president announcing plans to impose them anyway. Tonight, the growing list of departures, a little more than a year into this administration, the firings, the resignations, starting with Michael Flynn last week, longtime aide Hope Hicks, and tonight adding Gary Cohen to the list. And it all comes on a day in which the president said they all want to be in the White House. I could have the choice of anyone. Here's ABC's chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl, tonight.
What turmoil? President Trump declared today that his White House is operating just fine.
I like conflict. I like having two people with different points of view, and I certainly have that. And then I make a decision. But I like watching it, I like seeing it, and I think it's the best way to go.
But tonight, another top White House official is out. Gary Cohen, the president's top economic advisor, and perhaps the most respected member of his senior staff, resigned late today after President Trump rejected his advice and imposed steep tariffs on aluminum and steel. It comes 1 week after the president's closest and longest-serving aide announced she was leaving the West Wing.
Any collusion?
President Trump has had more high-profile advisors quit or get fired in year one than any recent president by far. Today, he suggested more may soon go, but insisted even more people are clamoring to come work for him.
They all want to be in the White House. So many people want to come in. I have a choice of anybody. I could take any position in the White House, and I'll have a choice of the 10 top people having to do with that position.
The president's comments came in a joint news conference with the Prime Minister of Sweden, whose government is deeply concerned about Russia interfering in its upcoming elections. A Swedish journalist wanted to know if Trump is concerned too.
But are you worried about Russia trying to meddle in the midterm elections?
No, because we'll counteract whatever they do. We'll counteract it very strongly.
That seems to contradict what the president's top intelligence official told Congress today.
Clearly, we have not successfully countered in an offensive way.
And the director of the National Security Agency recently said the president has not given him full authority to go after Russia in cyberspace.
We're taking steps, but we're probably not doing enough.
But today, the president downplayed Russian interference.
Well, the Russians had no impact on our votes whatsoever, but certainly there was meddling, and probably there was meddling from other countries and maybe other individuals. And I think you have to be really watching very closely.
So let's get to John Carl with us live from the White House tonight. And John, President Trump tweeting today, there is no chaos in the West Wing, but tonight the late news about Gary Cohen. And it wasn't long ago, you and I were talking here on this broadcast about him being discussed as a possible next chief of staff.
Gary Cohen is, or I guess I should say was, the most widely respected member of the White House staff. He was the one who could stand up and tell the president when he was wrong. His departure, David, will have repercussions far beyond economic policy here at the White House.
All right, John Carl with yet another breaking development from the White House.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. Goodbye, everyone.